Hello, all my dear Gemini friends, wherever you may be. This is Maxine Taylor with my forecast for July 2022. And before I jump in, we've got a really terrific forecast. So before I jump in, I just want to mention something that I think might be of interest to many of you. On the heels of Roe v. Wade, I wanted to remind you about my book, Your First Sexual Imprinting. It is not an astrology book. It goes beyond astrology. Your birth chart tells you all of your programming. My Take Back Your Life sessions help you release that programming. And your first sexual imprinting can occur when you're 3 or 4 or 5, or in other words, it starts early. And I am showing you my method for releasing old emotional traumas. If you have been touched inappropriately or in any way, shape, or form abused sexually, you'll find it's a habit. It's part of the story. This can help you break that. It's on Amazon.com. Okay. Now let's talk about our beautimous Gemini forecast. So let's start with Mars, the red planet. This is the planet of war. This is the planet of fighting. Wherever Mars is what you throw yourself into. It's what is number one to you. You'll fight with it. You'll fight for it. It's it's the focus of your energies. And I love looking at Mars first, along with the sun, of course. So Mars has been in our solar 11th house and stirring things up with friends, our friends being so important to us. On the 5th, Mars is going to leave the 11th house and move into the 12th. Now, the 12th house deals with the subconscious, with hidden things, behind the scenes activities of all sorts. And with Mars hidden on a subliminal level, we may find that we stuff it. You don't want to do that. And not to worry, because next month, of course, during the summer, Mars is going to move into the first house. But there will be, after the 5th, a very strong need to pull back and retreat to get our ducks in a row. And there may be unfinished issues that we're working on. And what I always do, if it's on a subconscious level, is I ask Spirit, show me what you're trying to tell me. And I'm shown. I mean, it's that simple. So some of you, I'm sure, already do that. If you don't, give it a shot, because it'll be very, very helpful. Now, Jupiter, the planet of abundance, the greater benefic, God's law, is in that 11th house. And so wherever Jupiter is, we are blessed. There is abundance. There is joy. There are good vibes. However, Jupiter has been in the shadow of the retrograde, and on the 28th, it's going to move into retrograde. It will be there till November 24th. It's a slower moving planet, takes longer to go direct, which means that the blessings of Jupiter are not functioning on the level they will when it is direct. It is more an introspective manifestation, a preparatory manifestation. It can be quite frustrating, needless to say. So be aware of it. and plan, because when Jupiter goes direct in November, it will move into the shadow of the retrograde, but it will be moving forward. And that is when it's going to blossom on its highest and best level. So let's look at Venus, the pink planet. This is the lesser benefic. This is love. This is beauty. This is happiness. It's money, and it's in the first house. So what it's going to do is trigger enough love of self to bring happiness. You know how I've always said, I think it's very important to love yourself. When you love you, you're not going to abuse you. You're not going to hang out with people who abuse you. When you love yourself, the world loves you. And you can spread that love just by being present. So it's in our first house. Yay. Looking pretty, everybody out there. And on the 17th, Venus, the planet of love and money and all blessings, moves into its natural house, the second house of money. And what this says is that there can be more money, period. So right in the middle of July, we're talking about. I love it. Now, Mercury, the blue planet, is what we think about and talk about. So it's in our first house, and we're talking about ourselves. Also, we are expressing ourselves. We are beautifying ourselves with Venus in the first, and we are expressing ourselves with Mercury in the first. On the 5th, Mercury moves into the second house. And what it does is it has us thinking about new ways of creating more money. Yay! Yay! Because what you think about and talk about, you create. Don't you love it? And then on the 19th, Mercury moves into the third house, which is the natural house for Mercury to be in. And we're talking, we're communicating, we're writing books, we're doing videos. In other words, this is the house of self-expression. Short trips too, and I'm not talking about up to the mall, I'm talking about a short trip, which would be delightful. So you've got Venus in the second house, Mercury in the second house. Mercury moves into the third house on the 19th, but look at here. The sun, the giver of life, is in our second house. And you might say, well, I'm not seeing much money. Well, give yourself a little break, because with the sun in the second house, the giver of life, it brings life to our finances. And then on the 22nd, it moves into the third house. And so my suggestion is plan to do something involving communication. That's our talent. Gemini, we talk, we write, we express. Think of a wonderful new way of expressing yourself. And it starts lighting up as the month moves along. Okay. Now, we have a full moon on the 13th. It's in 21 Capricorn. On the full moon, things come to a head. It's in the 8th house of secrets. This can be secrets that we're keeping from ourselves, our subconscious, of course. This can be a way of helping other people create income, which will be a blessing for us as well. But what it shows here is transformation of a psychic level or on a psychic level. I love this because those of us who are always looking within and always trying to improve will take advantage of that. And if you're looking for a loan, or let's say you're buying a house and you need a loan from a bank, this would be loans. Now, 2 weeks after the full moon, we have a new moon. And the beauty of this is that the energy for 2 days before the new moon is very, very low. On the new moon, the energy starts moving forward. We get new ideas. You know, Gemini, we're always filled with ideas. This new moon is in 5 Leo 39, 5 degrees, 39 minutes of Leo. Leo is a very creative sign. So get ready to express yourself and to create the wherewithal to pay bills, even with Venus extras. So I can't tell you how much money you're going to create, but I'll just say, in typical Gemini smart aleck form, you can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket. Good luck. I'd love it. I'd love it if one of you won the lottery. That would be awesome. So join me next month when once again, I take a look at our forecast. Till then, my dear Gemini friends, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.